Alright, welcome back everyone to Master of Command. This is Prophet of the Constitution, and we are continuing from last time. The headquarters army decided to engage us in battle. So we must make our stand. The biggest danger to us, they have plenty of grenadiers, but the biggest danger they have to us is their Jaegers. We need to overcome their cavalry and their guns with our own, and make sure that our line infantry does not get ate up by the Jaegers before that happens. So, here we are. Final battle of Act 2 before we head on to Act 3. Should be a good fight. Hopefully the terrain is favorable. Have to see how it looks. Alright, that looks promising. That looks very promising. Fantastic. We have the river. Just the way I like it. Alright. Take off bayonets for our infantry. Keep the bayonets for our grenadiers. Artillery. We'll take the center hill. Supply train will go with them. Our cavalry will be here on the right flank. We gotta get them out of there and break them out quickly. Alright, we're gonna cover these two locations. Gonna cover across the front here. So we do need some of our troops covering the right flank. Let's see what they got here. Veteran musketeers and veteran Jaegers coming across their center. They have most of the Jaegers in their center. And lifeguards on this flank. Alright. We're going to go ahead and put the musketeers here. Keep the grenadiers here. Space out the grenadiers to go along with our men here. Hopefully that will help. I do believe we're keeping the Bavarians close to our guns. That could be crucial. We'll put the Jaegers on the right flank with the cavalry. That should help some. Alright. That should be good. Fantastic. Gotta move the cavalry up here as quickly as physically possible. Moving the skirmishers up with them. Artillery must move to the hill. Alright. Make sure the supply train goes with them. Keep the general back here behind them for the moment. Move the Bavarians up on the hill. Get the Saxons over to this flank along with our grenadiers. Move up the rest of our infantry and grenadiers up along with them. Alright. That looks good so far. Hopefully this advance will move quickly and we can catch them by surprise. See what we can do here. The guns are nearly in position, which is fantastic. We want to begin firing on the enemy as soon as physically possible. Order the Saxon musketeers to hold the flank here. Let's see. Prinz Clemens will pull up this side of the hill. The Bavarians will hold the right side of the hill. We'll get Prinz Maximilian on closer to the right wing here. And the Fürst Lubomirski will pull up the right wing itself. Fantastic. Alright, cavalry is crossing the river line. Artillery is in position. I do not want them firing yet, though, because they will likely target the enemy Jaegers, which is the opposite of what I want. Don't want to tire the cavalry, but I need them to move quickly right now so they don't take unnecessary fire. Alright, make sure the guns are good. We're going to order them to fire on the enemy. Order them to fire on the grenadiers there. Excellent. Make sure to keep our grenadiers close at hand here. Try to get our cavalry to break out and do some serious damage. They are firing on our cavalry, so we are going to charge them with every unit of cavalry that we have. Break them quickly. Alright, looks as though their infantry is already preparing to cross. Fantastic. Get control of our cavalry back to make sure they don't charge us with theirs. Unfortunately, our cavalry has already taken some damage. Their artillery is opening fire on us as well. Quite unfortunate. We will be fine, however. Fantastic. We broke them without having to engage in melee. We are devastating their Feldjägers. Exactly what I wanted to see. Gonna go ahead and open fire there. Now they crossed with their Jaegers ahead of their line. That was probably not a good idea for them, and we're going to take advantage of that. And they are continuing to target our cavalry with their guns. That does not make me very happy. Alright. In addition to the fact that our artillery is receiving fire from their Jaegers. Also not very pleasing to me. Alright, we are breaking their Jaegers in the center flank. That's good. Gonna have to move the cavalry up again as their infantry is preparing to attack our Jaegers, and I do not want their grenadiers charging them. That would be devastating for us. Firing at their grenadiers in the water, that's good. Shifting the Prinz Maximilian will aid in this right flank taking fire. Our light troops are doing very well over there. And here they go. I do believe they're preparing to charge my light troops with their grenadiers. And if they decide to do that, we are sending the cavalry in. And they are. Alright. Hopefully the cavalry will reach them before they reach us. Fantastic. We got them. Mid-charge, we got them. That is not good. Our cavalry was flanked, and we managed to save them. The Kurfürsten Dragoons are in trouble, however, which is very bad. And we're forced to retreat, but we're going to have to keep the Kurfürsten Dragoons out of any further combat. No more combat for them. Alright, we are holding the enemy. Their lifeguards, however, outrange our infantry on this flank. Not to be too concerned. Go ahead and open up fire on their cuirassiers. And our grenadiers will take care of the musketeers. Excellent work. Fantastic. Bavarians are moving back into position, take out the enemy. I need our grenadiers to stay the line over here, though. That's a little dangerous for them. Their artillery is doing a huge number on our cavalry. Graf Rennert is heading into battle. Alright, we're... Oof. Our light troops did get attacked. That is not good. They ran them from the field. That's very bad. Not what I wanted. Cavalry are charging, avoiding a volley. Alright. Fantastic. Their cavalry is oncoming. We're going to wait to fire until the time is right. Now. Fantastic. And we repulse them. Very good. Very, very good. Alright, the Ulanen are heading in. We're going to take out their artillery. And that's the battle. We defeated the headquarters. Now, we nearly lost the Kurfürsten Dragoons. And our light infantry was routed from the field. From an enemy charge. Unfortunately, the cavalry that I had near them to protect them was wounded beyond combat capability. Alright. Alright, not terrible. Some of their grenadiers got 329 kills. Yikes. Alright. We did get excellent riding boots, excellent cylindrical ramrods. That's just the kind of thing we need. We're going to take tallers and ammunition. We don't need ammunition, but we do need money. Well, we might do provisions also. We're heading into Act 3. We're going to do money, though. So we can buy provisions with it. We can buy weapons with it. We have 6,800 reservists still. Go ahead and do the ransom. troops are leveling up, in addition to von Elverfeld. Alright. Let's see. Cover effectiveness, stamina, and stamina recovery speed. Let's do cover effectiveness. Alright, riding boots. Who's the slowest cavalry? Fürsten, they already have riding boots that are excellent. Alright. Go ahead and give that to the Kreis Regiment, Württemberg Dragoons. Cylindrical ramrods. Who does not have that? We'll give it to them. Alright. Fantastic. Skull caps can be worn by the cavalry. We'll do that. Alright. Fantastic. And we are all set to enter into Act 3 without any issue. Alright. Choice of doctrine. We're not going to do musket and carbine cost minus 50%. That's funny. It'd be even more funny if it bugged out and gave us money when we bought them. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but I don't really want to throw away a doctrine for that. Veterancy when recruited. That could be good for a couple more units, but we're going to do target training. Increase that accuracy. Reload goes down some, but accuracy is really good. Alright. Let's see here. So we can do close combat exercises, reduce accuracy, and increase melee damage, which help our grenadiers. Not our line infantry or artillery, though. Gives us Imperial Field Artillery. We can do the Saxon Rochau Fusiliers. It's pretty good. We do have a ton of Saxon units already, though. Field Hospitals gives us 15% more casualties restored. Cavalry-focused doctrine. I like our cavalry, but we don't need more veterancy for them. And we don't really need another grenadier unit. So I think we're going to go with the Rochau Fusiliers and the Field Hospitals. That sounds good to me. Of course, melee damage could really help our grenadiers. And field artillery, we do already have an artillery piece. We'll do the Fusiliers, though. Let's do that. Protecting Hungary. We'll be fighting the British this time. That's different for us. We've been fighting the Prussians previous. So we'll go ahead and be fighting the British this time. That's very interesting. See how well the HRE troops hold up to British fire discipline and range. Alright, Scorched Earth. General, the country ahead has been put to the torch. Storehouses are empty, mills are broken, wells fouled, and what little remains is dear to buy. Morale will suffer in this barren ground. Proceed with extreme caution. The enemy has posted their best troops here to force a decisive engagement and end the war. Choose your ground carefully and press hard when you find the enemy's main body. Beat them here and the war is won. You've carried the army this far, hold firm and you will finish it. Alright. Our army is still recovering from the last headquarters battle. We need 4 encampments and 5 convoys. Have a supply cache ahead of us. Let's see where the encampments are. We have 2 straight ahead. We have 3 in the north, 1 in the far easterly area, and 1 in the southeast. 5 convoys. We start next to 1. There's 3 in the north, and 2 to the east and 1 in the northeast. Looks like we're going north. Go ahead and do that. I think what we'll do first is head through this area here near Rob and then head up after that. So let's get this supply cache. Yes, indeed, Marauders, so we can get light cav, don't need that, ammo, food, or coins for 3 days. I don't really want to take the time for any of these. I'm not going to do that. Let's hit up this convoy, however. We need it anyway. Excellent start for us. Traveling merchants, large escort. Convoy returns. Get some men back, some thalers, and items. Tea rations that are excellent. That is phenomenal. Coffee. Alright, by the way, I'm going to switch out the coffee and give that to the artillery so their reload is a little bit better. Going to give the tea rations to our other troops. Alright. Looks good. Let's go ahead and get the encampment since we need that also. And we're going to have to feed them because we don't want to take attrition. Let's head to Rob. See what they have here. Stables. Alright. Heavy sabers that are excellent. We want that. $241. We're nearly done with our ability to sell stuff here. Alright, Staff College. Reload and move speed. I like that quite a lot. We're going to get that. Sell more of our garbage here to them. 372. And I'm guessing because of the prices of everything being burned, it actually does cost us to buy weapons because it does give us money for selling them. Very interesting. Alright. Quartermaster. That's a lot of good stuff. Let's check out the gunsmith. Alright. Neustadt carbines. Do we need more carbines? Yes, we do. Land patterns we don't need. Alright, we don't need that. We'll sell it. We'll get these carbines, however. That'll be good for us. Fantastic. Powder house. Yes, we're getting these defenses. That'll be wonderful. Alright, 232. Let's check that out. Town Square. Bibles and tea rations. We will be getting that. That'll be excellent. Alright. Let's check out the men now. Let's see. Fantastic. Give that to them. Not all of our grenadiers have Bibles. We need to change that. Reduce their oncoming fire. Let's give them some better armor. They don't have armor at all, so we'll give them some. Alright, let's see. That's 8 and 14 versus 10 and 10. Alright, but they do need some new carbines, so that will help immensely. Let's get this reload down even further for the Bavarians. Let's do that for them. They don't have any tea either, so we're going to give that to them. 23-second reload with Delft muskets. It's okay. Definitely not bad. And we will keep these earthworks for whatever infantry we might be getting. Alright, looks good. And we need some of these items from the quartermaster as well. Basket hilt hangers, full gaiters, trenching tools, shepherd's axes, great coats we'll go ahead and do. Alright. Let's see, we do need axes. We do need all of those things, so we are going to purchase those. That will be excellent. Alright. They only have basic greatcoats. We're going to fix that. They do have a shepherd's axe already. They need a shepherd's axe. They need a shepherd's axe. Everybody has great coats. We can sell that one now. Alright, give them entrenching tools. Make sure we've got all the gaiters up to date for our men. Increase their move speed. And basket hilt hangers for charge. Let's see, who needs that the most? Give that to them. Fantastic. 6 charge and 2 accuracy, 4 melee damage and 2 charge. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep that. That's excellent. Sell a few more things here. Alright. Looking great. We're going to head up to this outpost since it's here. It's on the way. Supply surplus. Alright. Ammo for reservists, provisions for reservists, or tollers. Do provisions, just to be sure we have enough. This is an enemy army. We are going to hunt them down. They're going to not want to fight. We do want to fight. Battle of Trenchton. Alright, so true to form, the British do not have that many men, but they are elite troops. 3 field artillery. 4 veteran foot, veteran musketeers, 2 subsidy Jaegers, 2 Hanoverian grenadiers. Alright. Should be an interesting fight. Our artillery will come in very handy here to just pound their elite troops into submission. We want to use our numbers to our advantage. We do not want to engage in prolonged long-range fire against the British troops. That would not be wise. Lots of open terrain here. Do have a river, but that does not look very easily defendable. I suppose we could go for it. Would be an interesting strategy, to be sure. Yeah, we might just do that. I don't know if they could get the rest of their line there quick enough to cause us problems. How much cavalry do they have? They don't have cavalry, but they do have guns. We're going to keep our skirmishers outside. And we are going to try to run our troops inside to hold the river as best we can. Alright, where do I want you? I want you over here. Fantastic. Supply train at the very front. And general back here. Alright. Well, let's get our men going. See how quickly we can get over here. Hopefully faster than the British. Never a good idea to underestimate the British. They have a knack for screwing you over when you least expect it. And we need to get our cavalry on the move, because we do need to take out their guns as quickly and effectively as physically possible. Alright. Grenadiers are going to be the first ones over. Our men are making it across. Their small force is getting stuck there for the moment, trying to protect their guns, which is fine with me. Make sure our cavalry stays back some so they don't get shelled with artillery before we're ready for the battle. Prinz Clemens is the fastest, so they can get up here, of course. Alright, things are looking good. Let's see what kind of weaponry they have. Wow. Excellent Potsdams. Excellent new stats. Some land patterns. Not unexpected at all. Wow. They do have some pretty good guns. Bronze 12-pound Lycorn, bronze 12-pound Lycorn, and bronze 6-pound howitzer. They do have good equipment, as per usual. The British have come prepared for the battle. Again, however, we're going to try to use our numbers to overcome them. And our men are not unskilled themselves. Fantastic. Got our men set up here. I hope the guns are not firing at skirmishers, though yes, of course they are. Got to get the grenadiers in position to counterattack and charge the enemy when they do try to cross the river, inevitably, as they always do. Cavalry are nearly in position, and we will attack their guns as soon as they move their men forward. They are trying to intercept our cavalry. And their artillery is firing on them. Not very pleasant. Alright, let's see. Who do we want to fire on? Let's fire on the grenadiers. Alright, light infantry are holding up for now. Get them to retreat as they don't have unified support. Alright, they don't have the greatest skills in melee, so that should help us. We do not want to receive any more canister fire. Charge the enemy in the front. Get our skirmishers to fall back even further, just to be sure they'll be supported by someone. Cavalry's made contact with the veteran foot and dealt with them. Fantastic. Now we can move up to support our skirmishers. We are giving withering fire to the enemy. Fantastic. Holding the line. Their grenadiers are looking like they want to cross the river and attack the Bavarians. If they do, they will be met with our own grenadiers. And they did not even receive the chance to do so. Our fire was too great for them to deal with. And we are going to be charging their flanks. Glorious. Do the same with their Jaegers. Fantastic. Sweeping their line now. Excellent. Fantastic. And artillery is doing excellent work as well. Cavalry definitely won the day for us in this battle. Did exactly what they needed to do right when they needed to do it. Alright, they've been basically reduced now to these 2 units. Alright. They are preparing for a charge, it looks like. It's not going to go well for them. Our grenadiers are moving up to intercept them. And they did. Grenadiers are going to move across the river to prepare to finish off the enemy troops. They received a volley and we didn't even get the opportunity. They broke too quickly. That battle went very, very well for us. $911. Alright. Excellent land patterns. Not my favorite, but it's alright. Military treatise de Saxe. Excellent. Alright. 1 unit of their guns got 107 kills. And 1 unit of Hessian veteran musketeers got 104. Otherwise, we kept them down. Excellent. We're going to go ahead and get some tollers from this one and some ammo. Alright. Very good. Excellent work from our men. Our cavalry are just putting in work very, very effectively. Alright. Continuing on, I do want to hit this fort. I don't want to get carried away too much as I want to head on this way, but I want to take out this fort. That will be very, very good for us to be able to get that. Storm warn, take advantage and lay siege. Yes, indeed. And the walls are already breached because of that, so we're going to use grenades. And we captured the fort. 2 excellent land patterns. Alright. Doctrine. Collect tribute. Foreign advisor. Yeah, we're going to do that. 5% combat effectiveness, but reduce our own XP gain. Yeah, we can do that. And go to Trenchton now. See what they've got here. Excellent infantry hangars. Excellent greatcoats. Do we still need some excellent greatcoats? We only have some good ones, but it's not urgent. Town square. Got some coffee. Need that. Gunsmith. Excellent Jaeger rifles. Yes, we're taking that. That's easy. Easy, easy choice. Fantastic. That's awesome. Alright, we already have a Geschwindestuck. Would have been cool to get a Liechtenstein, but we already have what we need. Now, earthworks, excellent. We're going to get 2 more units. And we already have excellent earthworks on the rest of our infantry. So we only really need 1 more. Do we have any grenades left? We do have grenades left. Alright, that's good news. Alright. Fantastic. We are going to put the excellent Jaeger rifles. Oh, let's see. They are just standard ones. They've been doing okay with the standard ones. I really want them on the Bavarian troops. It takes 29 seconds now to reload, but they have some far reach. That's excellent. Delft muskets are better than the Soule muskets for our troops here, so that'll be good. Sell that. The artillery all has coffee. We're going to save this other coffee for our other artillery unit we're going to get. Alright, the sacks can go here. Soule muskets. Let's go ahead and sell these. Fantastic. Looking good. Barracks. Yeah, that's a lot of money for some extra troops. That's not looking great. Alright, we don't have a lot of time. I would like to burn this, sort of, but I want to make sure we don't run out of time. We'll burn settlements later if we get enough time. Hostile townfolk. Guaranteed to keep them quiet. Yeah, we're going to do that. And we have another battle here. They're running from us. Small elite force again. This time no artillery, but they do have cavalry. 3 Hanoverian cavalry. They have 3 Hanoverian grenadiers. 2 Hessian grenadiers, Brunswicker grenadiers. 2 Hanoverian veteran foot and Hessian veteran musketeers. So they are cavalry and grenadier heavy. So we gotta be prepared for fending off melee attacks. Alright. Well, we are going to call it here. Next time, we will fight this battle and hopefully decimate these British troops before moving on to our objectives. Thank you all for joining me. This has been Master of Command with Prophet of the Constitution. God bless.